I hear it all the time. You make a small change, you start heading in the right direction, you're losing weight, something derails you, and then you're right back where you started. I call this the diet and weight loss roller coaster. To get you off that roller coaster, I want to give you 5 tips to start moving you in the right direction to long-term health and happiness. But because I hear all the time from people, they don't even know what to do when they go to the grocery store. I put together a guide called the Healthy, Whole, and Well-Fed Guide that's going to tell you what to shop for at the grocery store. And it's going to give you tips on how to put these things together, even have a 5-day sample meal plan that will help you get started and get going in the right direction. If you want it, just type in well-fed below and I'll send it over to you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brant Bermudez. I'm an expert on helping moms and dads over 40 figure out the fastest, easiest, and most effective way to get the body they want and be the healthiest version of themselves for not only their spouse, but for their family. Now let's get into those 5 tips. Focus on progress, not perfection. If you think the only way to make this happen is you got to be perfect with your sleep, your nutrition, your movement, your recovery, then you're going to struggle your entire life to get this right. But if you're doing little things correctly and you're multiplying those over time and you're celebrating that you're doing these things correctly and trying to improve week after week and month after month, then you're going to win in the long term. I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to be the hardest thing you're going to do in your life because it's a moving target. It's going to change as you go through these different seasons of life. But you keep working on it. You keep trying to figure it out. You keep trying to make forward progress. Remember, it's about forward progress, not perfection. It's about doing small things correctly over time and celebrating those. So focus on that and you're going to be a healthy person. What makes you self-sabotage? Is it stress, boredom, a particular food? Because see, if you don't do the hard work to figure out what causes you to self-sabotage with those behaviors, then you're doomed to repeat it over and over. You have to make awareness the first step. You have to know what causes you to self-sabotage. What's that cue in your environment that leads to that behavior that you keep repeating? Because see, the greatest thing about being a human is that we can stop at that point. We can look at what our behavior is causing and we can make a change to see a different outcome in the future. And if you know where you're coming from, you know what causes you to self-sabotage, then you can make that change. And every time you do that, that's a bid to be a different person in the future. So you have to know your triggers so that you can make a different choice and you'll get a different outcome. Practice some self-compassion. If you're trying to make a change, you're probably going to have some slip-ups. You're going to have days where you don't do everything that you thought you were going to do or that you wanted to execute. But guess what? Tomorrow's a different day. You get to try it all over again. You get to keep trying to make it better. And I'm not saying let yourself off the hook over and over and make excuses, but if you're genuinely trying to make a change, which is really challenging and is probably going to take years to probably decades, make that change try to happen every day. If you screw up, learn from what you lost or messed up, start over again, make a change, keep giving yourself some compassion. Don't beat yourself up over mistakes you made in the past. Learn from them, make a change, and move forward. Make a plan. Set realistic goals and plan out how you're going to get there. If you want to eat healthy, you got to think about meals and what you're going to grocery shop for, how you're going to prep those foods, and when you're going to prep those foods, and then how you're going to execute that plan. If it's your fitness, plan out when you're going to work out, how you're going to work out, what you're going to do once you walk into the gym and when you leave the gym. Just like you do for your business or at work, you got to have a plan, something you can execute. Don't just leave your life up to chance. If you want to be a healthy, fit mom and dad, you want to be able to play with your grandkids in the next 10 to 20 years, then you have to have a plan for that. You have to start executing your plan. And you have to, you'll hear me scream this from the rooftops, you have to make a plan for yourself because nobody's going to plan it out for you. Have a plan, start to execute it, and be that person you want to be. Get support. support is the most important thing when it comes to being successful. And support can be having a group of friends that do the things you want to prioritize, your nutrition, your fitness, your recovery and sleep. But if you have this supportive group of friends or a community that supports what you're doing, then you're going to be successful. This goes back to looking at CrossFit, and why it became such a phenomenon is that so many people were going to this gym. They were starting to have this new relationship with this new group of people, and they were all going in the right direction. They were all trying to prioritize these things, and it was that group effect that made them successful. I think community is so important that I created a Facebook group called Food and Fitness Over 40, where you can join. It's free. You can be in this community of supportive people. I'm going to give you information. I'm going to challenge you with different things, and we're going to try to show you that there's people out there that make a change at different stages of their life, and they're successful, and they not only improve their life, they add years to their life and life to their years. So get into a supportive community, get some friends that will support you in that regard, and start being successful on your change to a healthier, happier you.